Hello everyone, welcome, welcome, welcome. We are in the wonderful, wonderful world of Napoleonic Wars. And who be this? Look at that from the NR6. It's Checker 4112. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is the raw excitement and sheer sexiness that is the 77Y Monday Linebattle. So, as you can see, here are all the teams. So on the side of the ostriches, we have the NR6, of course, the 77Y, the 45th N, the 2PMT, and I think that's about it then there. And on the opposing side, in the Empire of the French, we have the 1st EB, of course the Swiss, 1st EIVN, or EILVN, no, EIVN. Infantry von Nassau is where they are. I can never get it right. God damn it. E's and I's look the same on this font. Anyway, we got the Swiss 5E in here as well, and some of the Swiss 6E as well. Also a pleasure to see. Along with the 116th, the 65Y. So many fine fellows here on a Monday evening, looking to shoot lots of their fellows in the face. Oh God, it's High Lord. Look out, boys and girls. That beardage, very scary indeed. But he's leading a line forward consisting of Slavic and Sharky the Surgeon. Natter's in there as well. There's Cookie and Henker and Hit and Blast. And we're just going to turn those game sounds down just a tad. As Private Angle. Oh dear, the Surgeon's up on the... Surgeon Sharky is up on the rock. Getting his rocks off. That's always a dangerous thing. And there we go, Hentai Girl, Fusilier of the 16th, has just killed first person. And we're looking here at Sioux National Marksman. So you can see these guys moving out. And there is Sinkmaster, Captain of the 77Y. And there's Barry. And there's Mustangoof. And there's Waddy. Sioux National, obviously. And Vodka is good. Quite agree. And there he is, the man himself. The leg end that is Georgia 007. So, oh my goodness, more kills. Look at this. So, we've got to go and find out what's going on now. Here's Bradders of the 16E. And you can see there Max of the Swiss 35th. And these guys getting set up. So, you can see the fire coming in from Hentai Girl with the cannonballs. You can see getting aimed, getting ready. You can see fine engineering work. So, we've got to give a shout out to the engineer of choice. Who is the engineer? I'm not seeing an engineer here. Ah. It's Soldat Pickle. Oh, look at this. Fine work here by... Oh, my goodness. Look at that face. That's a face a mother could love. But only a mother. But goodness me. Fine work here. Fine work. And look at that. Firing in the charge. Slain already. Look at that face. Wow. So... You've got guards, obviously, here by the artillery section, complete with the horse that gets the artillery piece into position. And you can see now it looks like Gaz and his 77Y line has actually started murdering some of their opponents. And here come the 65Y. Oh, dear. They got shot as they moved in. Very brutal goings on there right now. And now you can see these lights moving up as well. The skirmishers, Mustang, and others. And you've got, obviously, the NR6 coming in the cavalry. And look at these guys. There's the High Lord moving out with his boys. Over here, Turkey Burgers of the 45th N. There's Adder. And Jackstar. There's Tally. Who's this fine, buxom young lady? Okander. And Del Suna. And leading the front of said line is Colonel Nova of the 45th N. So, looking pretty good so far. With 20 dead and 14 dead. So right now, the Austrians have the advantage with respect to numbers. It's just a matter of what they decide to do with it. Now, these guys could be in a bit of trouble. No, they'll be fine. Thought they'd be caught out in the open. It is the 116th Colonel Nigel turning ready to fight. Rideout. Also Moretti. And Maffrail. And Maffrail again. There's Ice Cream. And they're looking to shoot back at the enemy and do as much damage as they possibly can. And, you know, who can blame them under the circumstances? So we just have to see how they get on under the circumstances. As I say, circumstances too many times. And you can see now, here is Lieutenant Miller by the artillery section. And here, the first IVN. Those fine fellows of Nassau. Oh, goodness me, he's lost his horse. Oh, and he lost his life as well. Mao is taken down. Random horse. And in the centre, the likes of the NR6. Hussar Nagin now disappearing off into the background. As Scipio is finishing off the job, so to speak. So these guys, looking a little bit on the battered side. Cookie and Natter and High Lord. And me pausing for a cough. And you can see there one of the hussars from the Nassau Brigade, Rick, has been recently slain. Oh dear, turkey burgers. With a headshot onto Colonel Nigel. Oh, that's going to be officer aim. Oh my goodness. Oh, there's definitely, yep, it's another artillery Fort Derp. And here we are. And there you go, Recruit Acondas. Murdered for officer aiming. As I keep having to pause to cough, I do apologise. So there we go, the all charge set for 51 minutes. Oh, now they're breaking out. Look out, boys and girls. Cookie is on the case from the 77Y. And now you can see them all charging into the battle. There's Mustang. We follow the cavalry. Those fine hussars as they move in. Bit of horn work coming in from the cavalry. There is Scipio. Fine horn work. Now let's see. As now we see what happens. Oh goodness me. That looks very all charged like. Yeah, well they definitely charged, but yeah, not sure they really charged in the same way that most people see an all charge. Anyway, on to the next round. And here we are on the next round. The Austrian army moving out. The lights, the artillery train also looking to get set up. Oh, nearly had an artillery train crash there. And you can see these guys getting themselves set up. Andre and White Knight. And you can see there's the fingered one. And Chief Centurion. And there he is, the man himself, Charlie the Turtle. The artillery turtle himself. And there's Midgarder and Engineer. Engineering work being done by Fortune Zero. So, White Knight in with the cannon. And the first shots are sent down the range. And unfortunately missed. So, let's go and have find out what's going on here. You can see the 316. And now you can see these guys firing back as the engineering, the fine, wonderful engineering work of Soldat Pickle. Look at that. Fine pickly work coming in from him. Much love to all the engineers in Napoleonic Wars and to all the musicians. Gotta love them. A thankless task, but a helpful one, without a doubt. And here is Max of the 35th. And you can see these fine cavalrymen moving around, looking for an opportunity to pounce upon the enemy. Oh, heavens! Colonel Mancy of the 2 PMT. Oh, dear. They've just lost their commanding officer. See if we can lock in on them Here's the NR6 getting into a fight. The first EB. Mars is fabulous. Grenadier, fine stab, sir. Loving the stabbing work there. I'm pretty sure there was a way to zoom out a little bit further in this game, so I'm not so close up on the shoulder. But, yeah, there must be a way. I'll figure it out later. Or somebody will tell me in comments, because somebody always does. Anyway, these guys are fighting for their survival, as you can see, with a 17-inch bayonet. Basically, Mars is trying to defend herself, and it looks like have been left. Now, moving up on the hill here, a detachment of the 45th N, Colonel Nova, Joe, Adder, Pad Pie, Beige Stack. There's Talion at the back. It's Jockville, Colour Sergeant of the 45th N. Look at that. Glorious moustache in there. So, as they make their way down through all the weaving cavalry, they are looking for an opportunity to kill their enemy. Their enemy, of which there are 53 people remaining. Out go the bullet shots, as cannonballs come flying in as well. You can see the cannonballs doing their damage, as per the standard usual thing. And Surgeon, Sharky, and Mr. Soda of the 77Y, all moving back, along with High Lord, to the safety, or possibly not. Oh dear, they're going after the French artillery. And here they are, going in for a little bit of mass murderization. The French, Teteros here, Captain. Here is 65th Y, or 65Y Blitz. And they're defending, and now they move into charge to try and defend the cavalry. Let's look over here, the cavalry moving to the safety of Fort Derp. I mean, look at that. As the French continue to fall, trying to hold back those dastardly ostriches from their plans. Mars is fabulous, looks to have survived, and now they're going to be finishing off the remaining members of the 77Y. Let's have a look at the numbers. 27 versus 22, so it's very close right now. And it looks like this gentleman's going to get trimmed very soon. There we go. Poor old Cookie taking a 17-incher. Probably not really what he had in mind for a Monday night, but hey-ho. Oh, goodness. What's going on over here? It's Mere Worst from the HRE. Seems to be having a slight seizure. And so you can also see the 65Y moving over, getting lined up, ready to go. There's Idiabil, or Dable. And now they're going to be under the watchful eye of this fine fellow, Dyatlov, or Dyatlov. And so, he's going to be checking with his spyglass to see who's around. Now here you can see Rebellious Blade of the HRE. Doesn't she look lovely in her engineering garb? And now, more reinforcements arrive. Here from the 1st EB, Trooper First Class, there's Sulu, and there's Bright Kiddo 4. And there is Hacks. So, as you can see, the artillery Fort Derp has been made to protect them from the cavalry. You can see waiting patiently inside is Miss Meerwurst. So, just have to wait and see what they plan to do. Oh dear. Commit suicide, apparently, is what he plans to do. But seemingly, we'll have to see. So now we're looking at Wordsley from the HRE. Look at that fine moustache and beard on the man. Good stuff indeed. And these guys pretty much defending this position. So it's just a matter of how these guys decide to actually move over here. Are they going to take a direct route? Are they going to... well, they don't really want to run directly at the cannons, because that's just asking for multiple cannonballs in the face which, let's face it, is not good for healthy living or increased survivability. But, you know, we'll just have to wait and see. Now here, Lance Corporal of Horse Sulu of the 1st EB. And we're in here with the 14th. The 14th N, Veteran Tally. Mercenary Joe. Supported by the horse of the NR6. So, let's see if we can find out what's going on. So Colonel Nova's getting his boys set and ready to go. They then start moving out any second. Here we're seeing Checker 4112, Veteran Hussar of the NR6. And you can see Wolfston, the Fine Guard, looking to try and take on as many enemies as he possibly can. Oh, but he gets sliced across the back of the head and finished off. Very unfortunate for him, as we're looking at Bright Kid 04. And he, in the process of trying to defend this position. So, Colonel Fury, the bayonet is out. He's trying to defend his position. And they're going to be getting into the artillery Fort Derp. He stays outside just to give his friends a chance to stay alive. As the 65Y also providing musket support. As Isaac GT from the HRE looking to provide a little bit. Oh, fine. Block. Oh, he got sliced across it. Very nasty. And there we go. Isaac going in for another murder. Here come the Austrians. This is going to turn out to be a little bit of a party. Oh yes, a melee party, ladies and gentlemen. You can see the various guys breaking off as the French try and circle around the side on the right-hand side there. And oh dear, it looks like we've lost Addy. And of course, the standard team killing that always occurs in Napoleonic Wars. As you can see these guys here, the cavalrymen fighting off the attacks. Oh, and another murder into Joe of the 45th. Who's this fellow? It's Negan of the NR6, stabbed brutally into the bottom and finished off. Now, 8 French versus 2 Austrians. Oh, this can only go well. Who are they? It's Andre. And it's Silver Lion. Could be retired, could be recruiter, couldn't spell. And there's Silver Lion, who it doesn't matter, he's definitely retired now. Here it is. It's all with the member of Andre going in, going ham. And unfortunately, like the ham, he has been well and truly sliced. So, we move on to the next round. And so this is the last round on this map. Then we shall move on to another map. Lance Corporal K of the 65Y standing still. Sturmscharführer, oh God, of the 1st EB. Well, you know my pronunciations of German are not very good. Well, my pronunciations of English aren't like much better either, but that's not the point. Anyway, let us see what's going on over here. It's Gretel, ensign of the 1st EB, looking lovely as always. And there's Jerome, also of the 1st EB. And these guys moving to get set up and ready to go. So, let's see. We move over to the artillery section. Oberst Stream. There's Bradders, Arilso, and Cadet Swimpf. What a great name. Love that name, Swimpf. And here you can see, obviously, another member of the 116th now being mediced by the Max from the 35th. Obviously, Hentai Girl very happy with the medicing she has received. Oh dear. She has received. So, in front, obviously, the barricades being put up by Pickle. Pickle doing a fantastic job. And those barricades, obviously, will intercept cannonballs being sent over to the enemy, or from the enemy to their location. As you can see, the teardrop shape of bouncing cannonballs in the earth that then continues onwards at a vast rate of knots. So, just the kind of protection that a fine fellow on a cannon needs, and that's Soldat Alpha, as you can see, in doing the reloads, loads up the cannonballs, rams it home, and the firing is done by Fusilier Hentai Girl. And you can see Wordley getting a nice kill onto Colonel Nova. Oh dear, poor Colonel Nova. Not having a good run of luck at the moment. A headshot in the previous round and then a cannonball in the face in the next. A tad unfortunate. So you can see these two cannon sections at least separated. And there's Generic Soldier of the HRE doing fine engineering work, as you can see. And there's Mr. Wordsley, of course, of the HRE, supported by Old Man Canugan. And other engineer being done by Rebellious Blade here. You can see him building the required artillery Fort Derp to protect them from the cavalry. Also protecting them from the cavalry is the likes of Savage and Pulley. So, let's look around. Teteros of the DDC. And there's Guard Wolfston. And of course Crazy. Look at these fine fellows. I do love the smaller lines. Just always a pleasure to see them. Still playing. Still enthusiastic about the game. The lifeblood of any community, in my opinion. And, you know, the unfortunate fact is that sometimes these smaller regiments get absorbed into the larger regiments and it all becomes massive, massive, massive regiments. And you lose some of the individuality and you lose some of the appeal when it's just the same big regiments all the time. So, you know, it's a bit of variety is good. And obviously, these guys, all friends playing together, no doubt. So, a wonderful thing to see. There we go. Duke Arcandium getting the boys together. There's now Surgeon Sharky. Oh, he's been sliced. The surgeon is most definitely out. As you can see, the artillery has been overrun by some marauding ostriches. There's Cookie's going in for a little bit of a stab and a grab. He's got to watch his back. Otherwise he could get snapped in two. And oh, look at that. He manages to dodge out of the way. A fine move by Cookie. And he goes in for a quick stab. And he gets a kill. Fantastic stuff from Cookie. So now they've managed to overcome the French artillery. As you can see, the bodies littering across the battlefield here at this particular point. Means they have neutralized this section of the French artillery. Oh dear. So, there seems to be a large collection of Austrians. Recruit Sniper of the 45th N. And there's Mozilla as well. Mercenary Joe. And Veteran Tally. Always got to have a veteran on hand. Oh, goodness me. Recruit Sniper. Oh, no. Oh, Recruit Sniper. Team killed by the veteran. Maybe that's why he's a veteran. Because he's the only one to survive. He team kills everybody else. Don't know. Difficult to say. Here we are with Luciano of the 77Y. There we go. Some medicing fun being given to him. And there is also Rifleman Barry. Got to get that important medicing heal. Quick sniff of the ether and you're well away, sunshine. And so now you can see the 45th and all their friends, turkey burgers included, getting a reload in ready for the next part. So, Let's have a look at our numbers. 19 versus 31. The French are most definitely in trouble, as proven by this situation here. The 65Y fighting off an onslaught of rabid cavalrymen. And Blitz going in to try and defend himself. Lance Corporal gets hit by the horse and finally gets murdered. But you can see now as more Austrians come in to support them. The cavalry, and now as a result of that, the French have been well and truly finished off. So there, the 2 PMT, there's David, Aaron Foz, Hammerhead, and Heldor. Fine fellows of the 2 PMT. And their recruit, Giassi Craft. Not sure. But either way, he's in doing an important job. And you can see there, Checker 4112 moving in behind the line. Obviously now he's lost his horse. He has to join a friendly line, which I suppose is an understandable thing. You wouldn't really want to join an unfriendly line. Otherwise it could turn out to be a little bit awkward. Especially when he ends up getting stabbed in the bottom by somebody. You know, I mean, obviously. Oh God, the French have surrendered. Here they come, charging in. Led by Sturmscharführer. There's Jerome in there as well. And of course, Mars is fabulous. And Ensign Gretel. So you can see them all making their way over the hill. And here they go, charging into the battle. Fantastic stuff. Vive indeed. And for some reason, I don't know why, I'm just watching the run cycle of these guys. And this is something I've been watching for years, but never mind. Anyway, here we go, boys and girls. It's a standoff. The remaining Frenchmen, 4 of them, versus 26 Austrians. Oh, no. Now, oh, look at this. Oh, the French are bringing it home. Oh, look at this. Beautiful stuff coming in from these guys. They are going up against cavalrymen. So possibly their melee skills will not be as tuned as the line. But, oh no, there's one Frenchman remaining. Look at this. Can he make it? Can he survive? It's Sturmscharführer. Look at this. Fantastic melee skills being shown here. German efficiency until eventually overwhelmed by the sheer weight of numbers. And we're on to a map change. We'll be right back. Well, here we are. Map change has been completed. And we're back in a desert again. These boys love their deserts. Those rolling hills, the sand dunes. And of course, random river running right through the middle. Actually, I wouldn't say it's a river. I suppose it's a creek, as it only goes up to a certain point. But, you know, we'll have to see. Either way, it is a good way of sort of separating the map. Give some of the players places to stay. They can bring their fellows down to the sort of the edge here, hide them down here basically, keep them out of sight, keep their numbers hidden. But obviously part of the problem means they are also in danger of getting the powders wet, meaning that they're going to have difficulty firing it. So we'll have to wait and see. Now, aha, here come some opponents for them. It's Colonel Fury of the 1st EB, and he sees his enemy and immediately decides to move back to basically move to a stronger, less exposed position. Oh no, not again. Oh, Colonel Fury. And killed by Georgia. Oh, the eternal shame. Oh dear. Never mind. So, Now, after having lost their commanding officer, they will have to make a push back. And you can see here General Fury also in. And now you can see over on the right hand side, it seems Hidden Blaster's just blasted himself off the server. And there's Recruit Mozilla moving in. And there, Sir Madagis moving over to these fine fellows from the 2PMT. There's Helder, Dino 328. And these guys moving out. As you can see them starting to push up towards, just make sure, they're going to be pushing up towards maybe the river. No, I mean, they're moving away from the river now, so it's difficult to sort of judge what sort of tactic they're going for. And you can see here, but there is a bit of a stand-up fight between some of the lines. And you can see this fine line here having a bit of a stand-up fight. The members of the 45th N managed to claim some opponents. The fine fellows and the members of the 1st EB Regiment. Now you can see Wadi about to get murdered horribly. And Nomad slain for firing in the charge. So, never mind. Now, oh God. What? Oh dear. So let's just go and see what's going on here. As there's Joe. And there is Lord Hansel Smitch. What a fine name. Oh dear, there's a bit of discipline going on in the ranks here. And Mozilla, of course. So these guys basically chomping at the bit, ready to go. Here is Colonel Nova of the 45th N. Chief Centurion in as an engineer. And you can see he's taking this horse train artillery section away. As we move up onto the hill to find the artillery of the Austrians under attack. Recruit Silver Lion. Sioux National Marksman. And they're under attack by the 65Y, Private Huey and friends. Oh dear, down goes the fingered one. He has now been well and truly fingered. And there, Chief Centurion and other members of the artillery section currently being followed by a large number of angry French people. As Recruit Sniper ironically gets sniped with a cannonball. And Turkey Burgers also catches the same cannonball with his face. And now look at this. Sioux National decides to move back and go for a little bit of a stab and a grab onto the enemy. Marksman of the 77Y. Look at this. He's got to watch out. And down goes his opponent. Sliced across the back. As we're watching Sioux going ham. Look at this. Sioux National doing a great job of going ham in combination with plenty of horses. So Sioux's going to be happy with that. Now, here's Savage. So, what's go... Oh dear, what are the 1st EB doing? Well, I think it's fair to say that the 1st EB are patrolling. Yeah, I think that's what they're doing. The 1st EB are patrolling. So, they're obviously doing their duty. Oh dear. Bit of trouble with the staff. So, anyway, The cannons continue to rattle away. There's Savage looking for an opportunity. Oh, is he going to be able to turn it in time? Look at that cannonball. So close to his friend. Is he going to be able to get a shot? Is he going to be able to go for the cavalry? And there's a shot into Fidge. Fidge catches the cannonball square in the face. He is no more. Now the question is whether or not they'll be able to actually survive as Jaycaster here of the 45th. Going up against the likes of Mere Worst. Oh dear. It's not going well here. There's Jaycaster. Or Jackster, sorry. As veteran Tally falls in battle to the hacks of hacks. Oh, cannonballs over the top of the head. Fortunately for Jackster, additional forces come to assist him as he breaks down the defensive position of the enemy artillery. Oh dear, the engineer. Rebellious blade is sliced. Jerome goes down. One member of the French Empire remains, and there's a team kill onto High Lord right at the end. Oh dear, you can't get a better ending than that. So here we are on the final round of the Monday line battle here. Now, the artillery moves into position. There's Wordsley following in. And cannonballs into Bradders already from Andre. Oh dear. Never mind. Anyway. Let's see what these guys are going to be getting themselves up to. Evil Bitch, Lieutenant of the 1st EB. Unfortunate name, but, you know. Could be worse, I suppose. Definitely a statement of intent. Oh, hello, boys. Here, the DEC. And there, Arcandium, the Duke. Now, Sioux National, unfortunately, fallen very quickly. And look at this, the horses breaking into the open ground, attacking the Austrians, the likes of PFC Natter. Down goes High Lord, shot by Moretti, and these lights and remaining line fellows trying to survive the onslaught of the cavalry. Brutal fire, horrible slicing across the back of the bonds. Generally speaking, some, oh heaven, Wordsley with a lovely kill into multiple members of the 45th N. Very nice indeed. He's going to be pleased with that. So, veteran rideout of the 116th, working together with Mafrail and Kep, and of course Moretti. Over on their right, the 1st EB, Grenadier Juncan and Frost. Oh, down goes Mr. Otto, who is then furiously sat upon by other members of his regiment. The 1st EB, Mars is fabulous. And of course, Ensign Gretel. Let's see. You can see the craters from the cannonballs still littering the desert as these guys move down the side of a cliff. Hopefully without dying. Across the water. And over to the other side to allow them to engage the enemy. I have to say, that's pretty impressive walking up a cliff. Right there. Oh, it's Sergeant Henker. And as you can see, artillery Fort Derp has been built. As now High Lord moves over to get a little bit of medic healing maybe. Is that the man himself? No, it's not. So, there he is, Captain Gaz. El Capitano himself. Hoots among Jings, Crivens and all that. So, Gretel, Silver Lion and Mustang defending. And you've also got Chief Centurion in there as well. And the fine engineering work of Fortune Zero, who seems to have built a explosive box into his designs. I'm not sure that's going to be a good idea. It might be a sort of final suicide option. It's difficult to say. Not sure on that one. But either way, it could either work out well or end extremely badly. And as you can see, it ended extremely badly for some of them. Is it possible that's Mr. Turtle? Could that be young Charles the Turtle? It is. That is the corpse of the turtle himself, who decided not to duck today and caught a cannonball with his face. So, looks like someone's doing some naughty ficking. Firing in the charge, ladies and gentlemen. And now, oh goodness, some opposing forces. There's Ensign Gretel. More Ensign Gretel. Mars is fabulous. Oh, the late Mars is fabulous. Oh dear. And here, Sturmschartführer of the 1st EB moving into a position. And there down he goes. And so charging into battle goes Ensign Gretel. If they don't hit him, I'll be very... There we go, thank you. If they had not got him... Why did it say Ensign Gretel just killed Ensign Gretel? That's rather strange. Anyway. Baski of the 116th. And there's Mafrail. And Gentleman, the captain. So you can see now, they're trying to push in towards this point. There's White Knight of the 77Y. See his cannons taking some fire. Silver Lion trying to defend the position. Obviously taking cover while they reload. There's Waddy and Chief Centurion. So let's go and have a look. Oh goodness me. There's Gretel. How many Gretels are there? Is it like an entire regiment of Gretels? So here is the DDC, Captain Tetiros. And at the end there's Lance Corporal K. In Scope 88. And Wolfston, and as you can see there, poor old Captain Crazy is no more. So they are continuing to fire back at this line, who are standing firm. The 45th N, Ada, Delsuna, Jackster, Beige Tack. And look, they're taking down some members of the DDC. The DDC now being forced to flee. Retreat to the safety of the artillery section, understandably so. And it still just warms my heart. There's still so many people playing this game after so many years. So, oh, Soldat Alpha with a lovely shot onto members of the 45th N. As you can see, nicely timed for them. And now the 45th N is down to a few. Beige Tack and Delsuna. So we'll have to wait and see how that turns out for them. And it's time for the charge. Oh my goodness, look at this. It's a French monk. Staff Division Commander. Mr. Monk, of course. And there you go, supported by Pinder and Swimpf. And here we go. Just to embarrass him, we shall watch the French monk. Those fine melee skills in order. See how it goes. Oh, and a fine stab by French. The first of many, he hopes. And now we look as they move across the sand, on for their next quarry. Well, there's no quarries around here, but you know what I'm saying. Quarry as in target. Because I know someone's going to ask. Because someone always does. So, now you can see them making their way over there. Enemy on the horizon. The French have 8. The ostriches have 11. And now they're just pausing to scratch themselves. Oh, there's a tail end Charlie at the back here. Who is this? It's Lieutenant Miller of the Swiss. And there's Natter, felled by Swimpf. Pickle is murdered. And now you can see in the centre here, lots of murdering occurring. Is that a French monk? It is a French monk. We're watching him as he goes off. Officer versus officer action right there. Down goes Lieutenant Miller. Oh, he's got to watch out. French is in danger of being stabbed from 2 directions. And he's down. He killed Waddy and then fell to High Lord. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. And then High Lord gets murdered right at the end. Yeah, kind of typical, really. Anyway. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you to everyone who attended, to every single regiment that attended, and of course to all the players. Thank you, and we shall see you again for more Napoleonic Wars very soon. Take care, everyone. Cheers, guys.